Hello, wonderful people. This is Charity Warimu Ngugi-Latz, and I want to say I'm so grateful to have you here right now. And our topic today, as usual, is about domestic violence. But there is something that came to me, and it is in the struggle that the battle is won. I would ask you to please subscribe so that we may continue with this message. It's an answer that came to me today, which I want to share with you because that is why all my answers come to me. So, what was that all about? As you can hear from my voice, I've been struggling. I'm having what is a thyroid glands problem, and that takes away the breath. This controls the hormones, and it affects a lot of things. So that is why I was not able to keep up with my 2 videos for the last 2 days. I just couldn't be able to go on with the video without coughing in between, as you could have noticed in my last 2 videos. Why am I telling you this? I'm telling you this because it was a question. I was speaking to my maker, and I was asking my God, why is it that now I have finally settled down to be able to give, to be able to be very, very deliberate in making my videos and to make them very consistently and on an everyday basis, and be able to communicate with the people on this platform that you have given me? Why is it that now I am suffering from a voice disorder? That means I cannot be able uh, to make the videos because I can't be able to speak. That would mean I have to write, and I really like speaking more. And I just got this answer. It is in the struggle that the battle is won. And I thought to myself, what do you mean in the struggle that the battle is won? What struggle? I'm talking about domestic violence. I've gone through domestic violence. I'm a survivor, but I'm not going through domestic violence. And I want to encourage somebody. I don't want somebody to think, what is this sick woman telling me? She herself had better get herself sorted out. And God said, no, it is in the struggle that the battle is won. And so I was just thinking about it, and then the answer came, and I had to write it down so that I will not mix myself up. So, once again, we are talking about domestic violence and abuse. For those who have not been following me, I'll just briefly define what is domestic violence and abuse. It is when an abuser, a person, an individual, usually an intimate partner, could be a husband, a sibling to another sibling. It could be during the dating period, 2 lovers, people who are dating. It could be a relative staying in a home, sharing a home with somebody as a relative, and then they start abusing you. It could be all sorts of things, but it is usually a one person who is the abuser in this case. It could be a he or a she, decides, and again, domestic violence has no race, age, gender, religious affiliation, whatever, the social economic status, the poor, the rich, anybody can be an abuser. And what happens is they desire to gain control over their target, the abused person in this case, to control them and to take all their power away from them. And the means that they use is violence and abuse. And there are many forms of abuse. For that, you can visit my website, www.unmaskingdomesticviolence.org. And I'll write it down below this video. And there I write down there all the different forms of domestic violence and abuse, from spiritual to child witness abuse, very many. So when you see me losing my breath, please bear with me. So I want to read this message. This message is about, it is in the struggle that the battle is won. And this particular struggle we are talking about is the domestic violence and abuse struggle. And a person who is going through this abuse is struggling. Are they being told to persevere in that struggle? No. This is what I got very clear. That message is not about them persevering in to keep on there and to sit there and be oppressed and depressed and molested and abused. No, it is something else. It is that this struggle was not for nothing. It is not about you to get embarrassed or to feel guilty or to blame yourself or to be ashamed because of that prison status. And I got a very clear picture. You can only compare domestic violence situation to like being imprisoned for a charge for a wrong that you have not done. Because this is the same message. You who is undergoing abuse, you have done nothing wrong. You're imprisoned, isolated for a wrong that you have not done. For a purpose, and somebody is using this method and they have basically no right to be doing that. Because you have done nothing wrong, you do not deserve it. And you are routinely checked. Your time, you have to say every time where you've been, what you are doing, whom did you talk to, what were you doing, what did you buy, why did you do it this way, why did you do it that way. You are checked in. It's just like being in prison. And there are particular times for eating, particular times for taking a walk, particular times for washing the place and all that kind of thing. So you are controlled and there's somebody who is over you, commanding you. And also, you are enclosed. You are enclosed in a place where nobody can protect you, except that person has got so much power. The wardens, the prison rulers there, they have a lot of control over your happiness. They can decide to make your day-to-day hell or make your day-to-day calm and give you a break. It's the same thing. For those who have never been to a cell, I have been in a cell many times. I know how it is. When you are there, suddenly you realize how powerless you become. Really powerless. You start even kneeling for even to beg for water or to beg for somebody to pass over a message. And then now comes the message. The one you are scared because of the punishments. That's the same thing. When you're in a domestic violence abuse, you are so scared that you're going to of the punishment. Any wrong word, any wrong statement, not in the expected place by the abuser. You've got a beating or a very bad verbal abuse which will affect you. But then, what about this statement? It is in the struggle that the battle is won. No, this statement is very powerful. It means that now that you are there, you are not there to stay there. You have got, there's a reason, and you have got to claim back. In that struggle, you can win the battle. It's been confirmed that you are going to win the battle. But you're going to win the battle just like when you're in prison, you try to get a message out. Let's say if you are taken somewhere and nobody knows where you are, you try to get a message out to ask for help, for your people to know your whereabouts, or for somebody to send some help, or to get a lawyer. And this is the same case. If you're in that situation, you have to voice yourself out. You have to get your message out. You have to make sure that you get a message across to the right place, to as many people as possible, so that somebody somewhere is going to take that message seriously, and they are going to do all they can to help you come out of that situation. So make those anonymous calls, those to the hotlines. Call a good friend and for once tell them the truth. Don't hide anymore. Don't hide your beatings anymore. Don't hide what you're going through anymore. It is in that struggle that your battle has been won. Because in that struggle, you'll know your purpose. Do you know why I make these videos? Because I went through the struggle of domestic violence. And in that struggle, I finally, when I came out, which is some years back now, when I came out, it took me 50, 60 years for me to really realize, oh, this is your purpose. You went through the struggle because then you can identify with the pain. You can know why somebody doesn't live. You can know what it means to walk on eggshells. You can know what it is to be ashamed. You can know what it is when all friends and everybody seems to have walked away from you. You can know that the psychological, the emotional warfare that you go through. You can know how you can lose totally everything. The financial abuse. I lost everything. Financial abuse. But in all that, I finally won. I'm not boasting. I am here. I don't walk on eggshells. I am my own boss, and except for God who comes first, the second always comes me, then my family, third. I've learned it this way because there's a spiritual abuse also, which tells you we are going to talk about it in a series. I'm not going to talk on that right now, and there's nothing wrong with believing in God. I believe in God totally. Without God, I wouldn't be here. Yes, so I'm a witness. So it is in the struggle that the battle is won. It is in that struggle that you're going through that you finally, your eyes will be opened, and you know you don't deserve this. You have to get out, and you are able. I am so astonished and I'm so grateful to God because I finally managed to make this video without coughing even once. Isn't that a battle? It is in the struggle of my voice that the battle has been won. Wow, that one I've just added it just now. Okay, we'll see you in these coming weeks. And I wish you a very nice day. And please subscribe, please share the videos. You never know who it will touch. You never know. You never know. Thank you very much.